Hi everybody, it's me, Anna. Oh, did you hear that bird? That was kind of cool. Anyway, it's me, Anna, from the Indiana channel. Please hit like, subscribe, and the notification button to please help me keep building my channel. I think about it too much. I think too hard on it. That's why I keep doing that. Anyway, will you please hit like, subscribe, and the notification button to help me keep building my channel. Thank you. Anyway, so it's Monday. It's been a pretty long day, and it's been a great day. This morning I got to take my son to the doctor and spend a few minutes with him. So, that's always a blessing in itself because I'm available and I show up, and I'm able to do those things today. I don't wake up hungover and, sick and crying, I don't want to do nothing, making excuses and lies. And I don't know, that is a really cool sounding bird, isn't it? Anyway, so with that being said, so yesterday, I wasn't gonna, okay, here we go. I gotta pause and think before I speak. So yesterday, there was a shooting at the Greenwood Park Mall that I heard about in the evening, and it kind of really is close to home for me, like really close to home for me on so many levels, and it really hurts my heart. I'm very much of an empathist, and I feel those things when I hear about them, and I feel the pain of the parents of victims, the parents, the siblings, because everyone has someone that loves them, that feels when a tragedy like this happens. And I don't know, I pray, and I definitely do pray for the families. And it was a senseless shooting. Well, then I go to work this morning and I'm talking to all my coworkers, and I found out that there was another shooting in Beech Grove and another one in Franklin. And that's literally like bam, 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 3 shootings on the south side of Indianapolis in one day. And there's several deaths that's from that. And that really is, and I have prayed, and there's, my heart really does go out to these families, because this is really senseless. And it, for me, in my mind, it carries me back to what I keep trying to, my hope is to spread the word of healing and love. Oh my God. Like, I will never condone a violent act like that. But these senseless, what is going on in someone's mind that could create such havoc, that they could take another life, and the healing that's going to need to be involved in the families of the victim. There's just so much pain involved. And I don't, I'm kind of jumping again, and here we go. So I was talking to my son one day, and I was like, in these other countries, they're training these 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old kids to be assassins. They're training them for war. They're training them with these firearms, and they're making them sharpshooters, and they're, teenagers, young to 12, 13, 14, from 9 up. And I've watched this on the news several years ago about stuff like this. And me and my son was having a conversation last year. He said, Mom, are you really blind to what's going on right here in our own country? And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, and he sat down, and he's very much a conspiracy theorist, and he's very smart, and he's very, he pays attention to a lot of things that I may miss. And I'm grateful that I can hear these things. But he said, you see all these kids that are 9, 10, 11 years old playing Call of Duty? Okay, first off, I'm not bashing video games. I'm not doing that. But this opened my eyes to something that I would have never thought of. He said these kids are on these video games, and these video games are so lifelike. They're almost like literally killing human beings, and you have to be a sharpshooter. So we here in the United States are training our own young kids how to be sharpshooters and teaching them how to see what it's like to watch someone die right there. If you watched how the people die on these video games, it's so realistic. And I really do want to say, I'm not condoning, I'm not condemning any parent that lets their kids play video games. That's not where I'm going with this, because I'm not that person. But what I'm saying is that we are literally, it's true, we are training our kids. It's like putting them in a simulator, like they do in the Air Force, and they put these men in the simulators, like it's real live action stuff that they're doing. And still, once again, not saying any of this is okay, or not putting anybody down for what their kids playing video games, and not saying this is the reason why these senseless acts are happening. But I mean, there's so much going on in our country that we are just all sitting back, and these kids that are growing up without nurturing, without love, without any source of being, without feeling a part of anything. It's easy to hate people that do things wrong, and it's easy to be angry, and anger is all that is normal. But the thing is, if we can start helping these kids before it escalates to this kind of violence and this kind of hate and this kind of rage, I mean, for me personally, I believe that's where it's at. I'm not saying I'm right, but for me, my heart says that's where it's at. That there needs to be more love. There needs to be more compassion, less abuse. There's so much, trauma. There's a lot. It's sad. And I really wanted to share that today, because there's families affected by this, and people are hurt, and kids are dying, and kids are killing, and it hurts. It just hurts my heart. It really hurts my heart. And that's why I want to keep doing this video, and I want to keep sharing this, and I want to keep telling people that healing is possible, and I want to keep sharing that, gosh, that we need to love. I mean, our hearts are so full of love to give away, and we want that in return, and we are so guarded to accept it, and we are so afraid to give it. And it's got to start somewhere. I mean, we have to start somewhere. If you can just wake up tomorrow and look in the mirror and say, I love myself. When we start loving us, it's easier to give some love away. If we start believing in what we want and who we are, things change inside of us. And I promise that it does. I promise that it does. We begin to not feel so angry. We begin to not feel so much rage. We begin to not feel left out and alone. But we got to start somewhere. I mean, we got to take a first step. Each individual person has to take a first step. They have to want to be loved, and they have to accept the love, and they have to want to give love. It all starts from I really want to. And when you really want something, everything else will come into play if you take the actions for it. That's it, though. The first thought, I really want to do this, and then take action. Nothing happens overnight. We got to start loving these babies. We have to start loving these babies. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. And I hope everybody had a happy Monday. Happy Monday. And I hope everybody has a good day tomorrow. I will talk to you guys tomorrow night. I love you guys. I love you all. And I do appreciate all the videos. And I hope everybody says a silent or loud prayer for the families that were involved in all these shootings yesterday. This is tragic. It is very tragic, and it hurts, and it's hard to see what our kids and grandkids are growing up in today. Anyway, I surrender all that, and I gotta try to move past this today. Anyway, with that being said, please hit like, subscribe, and the notification button to please help keep building my channel. I really am thinking about it too hard. That's why I keep screwing up. If I just let it flow, it'll be okay. Anyway, bye, you guys. I love you all. I love you. Everybody have a good night. See you tomorrow.